Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we plunge into the shadowed crucible of naval warfare, where timepieces transcend mere ornament to become lifelines forged for the Navy SEALs elite warriors who demand unyielding precision in the abyss of Earth's harshest frontiers. From deep-sea descents to covert land ops, we're counting down the top 10 watches that have earned their place on the wrists of these silent sentinels, blending brutal durability with tactical genius. So strap in, steady your resolve, and let's dive into this saga of survival and valor. Number 10. Garmin Tactix Delta. Envision the tactical titan rising from the digital deep, where multiband meridians map covert constellations and sapphire sanctums shield against chaos's claw commands. The Garmin Tactix Delta, a 42mm fortress of fiber-reinforced polymer and DLC-coated steel, its bezel a blackened bulwark framing the MIP display's luminous lexicon, domed sapphire lens a crystalline cathedral defying thermal tempests or shock's savage siege. At its core pulses a solar-augmented quartz, extending 21 days of smartwatch sovereignty or 60 hours of GPS-guided gallantry, topographic maps unfurling terrains like battle plans, jumpmaster algorithms charting airborne arcs, stealth mode silencing signals for shadowbound sorties. The dial, a digital diorama in tactical twilight, deploys haptic interfaces that hum with navigational hymns, night vision compatibility cloaking crimson backlights, waypoint navigation piercing fog-bound fronts, all sealed in 100 meters of aqueous armor for maritime maneuvers. Complications cascade in operational opus. Heart rate hymns syncing somatic sagas, MIL STD 810 durability, shrugging off environmental enmity, topo maps for signal-starved sojourns. The nylon strap, woven for ventilated valor, clasps with quick-release cunning, a pinnacle of the instinct's indomitable ilk in a requiem of radiant resolve. This Tactix triumphs with its cybernetic creed. A warrior's wage wields a wrist-bound war room where polymer's potent temper tames the tumult. Strap it amid the mission's maelstrom and time transforms into tactics maps manifesting in multiband miracles, each datum a dirge of dominions defined, luxury not in opulent oracles but in the opulent odyssey of operations outlasted, pulses pounding in the primal pulse of perseverance profound. Number 9. Panerai Submersible. Picture the Mediterranean's mythic depths, where frogmen's legacies linger in cerulean cathedrals and oversized crowns guard against destiny's deluge. Emerges the Panerai Submersible, a 47mm colossus of titanium or stainless steel, its case a brushed bastion with iconic crown guard, flaring like a frigate's prow, ceramic bezel rotating with unidirectional resolve to chart dives demanding decrees, sapphire crystal, a scratchless shrine over Valor's vigilant visage. Within beats a Panerai in-house automatic, a 31-jewel juggernaut sweeping with 72-hour power reserve, accuracy unwavering through salinity's siege or thermal throes, hands and markers blazing with superluminova's ethereal fire for pitch-black plunges. The dial, a diver's diorama in matte obsidian or naval teal, deploys oversized batons as buoyant beacons, central seconds sweeping with serpentine subtlety, date at 3 o'clock a laconic log of days submerged, complications crest in maritime majesty, 300 meters of hydraulic homage for saturation sojourns, bezel timing decompression's delicate dance, shock resistance shrugging off vibrational volleys. The rubber strap, textured for briny binds, secures with submarine stealth, a homage to Panerai's frogmen forefathers in a sonnet of sartorial strength. This submersible submerges luxury in operational opulence. A captain's coin conjures a colossus of the deep, where titanium's tensile torch tempers trials into triumphs. Plunge it into the abyss's inexorable embrace, and time tide's eternal looms guiding through gloom's grand guignol, each rotation a rhapsody of reefs reclaimed. Luxury not in gilded grandeur, but in the gilded glory of grounds grasped, wrists welded to the wild, watery will of warriors unbroken. Number 8. Timex Ironman. Imagine the unyielding pulse of Bud's training, where simplicity forges survival's sharpest edge, and resin relics defy the crucible's cruel caress. Rises the Timex Ironman, a 38mm phantom of resin fortitude, its case a low-profile Leviathan molded to vanish beneath gear's weight, bezel a minimalist monolith framing the LCD's luminous litany, mineral crystal a humble helm against scratches or shocks. At its core ticks a quartz heart, a digital dynamo of unerring acuity, powering stopwatch splits, countdown timers, and multiple alarms with Spartan precision, battery enduring months of merciless missions. The dial, a digital diptych in stealth sable, ignites with Indiglow's covert glow, numerals pulsing like fireflies in nocturnal drills, interface intuitive for gloved grips under pressure's punishing press. Complications converge in ascetic artistry, stopwatch for sprinting through surf, timers for tactical tableau, 100 meters of aqueous armor for shallow swims or monsoon marches, backlight cloaking light signatures in covert cadence. The resin strap, lightweight as a shadow's clasp, secures with the constancy of knotted cordage, a nod to the G-Shock's rugged kin in a chorus of cardinal clarity. This Ironman endures with its monastic metal. A sailor's stipend summons a sentinel of the Spartan, where resin's relentless requiem redefines reliability. Strap it through Hell Week's harrowing haze, and chronology communes with chaos digits dancing in disciplined splendor, each beep a ballad of burdens born. Luxury not in lavish lanterns, but in the lavish legacy of labors endured. Pulses attuned to the primal pulse of perseverance profound. Number 7, Suunto Core. Envision the terrestrial titan striding through desert's desolation or mountain's maw, where environmental oracles divine survival's stark scriptures. Unfurls the Suunto Core, a 49mm bastion of composite carapace and aluminum bezel, its case a shock-absorbent shrine meeting mill STD rigors, mineral lens arching as an ice shelf's immutable incline, buttons textured for gloved grips in dawn's dew-kissed dominion. Within beats a quartz quintessence of Finnish fortitude, altimeter ascending to 9,000 meters, barometer brewing storms' silent sonnets, compass crowning directional destinies, battery stretching months like a winter's watchful vigil. The dial, a digital diorama in obsidian or camo-clad cataclysms, deploys luminous lattices that fracture fog-bound fathoms, storm alarms shrieking like Valkyries at pressure's precipice, interface intuitive for rapid reads under reconnaissance's rush. Complications cascade in tactical testament, weather trends foretelling tempests, 30 meters of aqueous armor for land-based larks, memory logging waypoints in wilderness's weave. The elastomer strap, vented for ventilated valor, clasps with the constancy of coniferous clutches, a nod to the traverse's cardinal kin in a ballad of boundless battery. This core commands the core with its primordial purity. A ranger's ration reaps reapers of the raw, where analog austerity arms against avarice's allure. Invoke it amid the inclement's inexorable ire, and chronology communes with creation sensors singing in storm's stark symphony, each alert a hymn of havens hewn, luxury not in labyrinthine lore but in the labyrinthine legacy of lands laid bare, pulses attuned to the primal pulse of paths, perennial. Number 6, Seiko SKX007. Picture the oceanic crucible where ISO-certified sentinels dive through coral cathedrals, and mechanical hymns hum through briny bind surfaces. The Seiko SKX007, a 42mm titan of stainless steel, its case a brushed bulwark with polished lugs curving like waves' gentle swell, unidirectional bezel rotating with 120-click conquest to chart dives demanding decrees, hardlex crystal a resilient veil over Valor's vigilant visage. At its core beats the 7S26 automatic movement, a 21-joule juggernaut sweeping with 41-hour power reserve, accuracy enduring through salinity's siege or sandy shocks, hands and markers blazing with Lumibrite's ethereal fire for murky midnight plunges. The dial, a diver's diorama in matte obsidian, deploys oversized batons as buoyant beacons, central seconds sweeping with serpentine subtlety, date-day magnifier at 3 o'clock, a laconic log of days submerged. Complications crest in maritime majesty, 200 meters of hydraulic homage for coral conquests, screw down crown a bulwark against ingress, shock resistance shrugging off vibrational volleys. The rubber strap, vented for ventilated Valor, secures with submarine stealth, a homage to the Prospex's rugged pedigree and a requiem of radiant resolve. This SKX007 submerges conventions with its cultic creed. A frogman's fee forges a phantom of the deep, where steel's stoic temper tempers trials into triumphs. Plunge it into the abyss's inexorable embrace, and time tide's eternal looms guiding through gloom's grand guignol, each rotation a rhapsody of reefs reclaimed, luxury not in gilded grandeur but in the gilded glory of grounds grasped, wrists welded to the wild, watery will of warriors unbroken. Number 5. Marathon TSAR. Gaze into the abyssal forge where governmental edicts etch eternal mandates, and stainless sentinels emerge from pressure's punishing crucible commands. The Marathon TSAR, a 41mm bastion of 316L stainless steel, its case a monocoque monolith with screw-down sanctity and helium escape valves venting the void's vengeful vapors, lugs integrated as immutable irons in dives demanding decree. At its submerged sanctum hums a Swiss ETA quartz movement, a paragon of precision proven in pressure-cooked patrols, accurate to cosmic constants across thermal tempests, powering tritium tubes that burn with beta decay brilliance for decades of darkness-defying dawn, indices, and bezel pip aglow as abyssal anglerfish lures. The dial, a tactical tome in matte military verdigris, unfolds with Arabic armaments at 12 and loom-laced lunations encircling the chapter ring, unidirectional bezel ratcheting with a 120-click conquest for immersion intervals inscribed in Sapphire's shatterproof scripture. Complications surface in sovereign subtlety, date magnifier at 3 o'clock, a cyclopean chronicle of calendars claimed, 300 meters of oceanic obeisance that embraces the briny brink unafraid, shockproof to seismic standards for salvage symphonies. The stainless bracelet, oyster-forged with solid links and diver's extension, clasps with the constancy of chained anchors, evoking the GSR's governmental gravitas in a genealogy of grit unadorned. This TSAR triumphs over transient trinkets with its issued imperium, a spec ops stipend summons sovereigns of the sea, where steel's stoic sacrament seals pacts with the profound. Plunge it into the pressure's poetic peril, and temporality dives deep tubes twinkling in tritium's timeless torch, each rotation a requiem for realms reconquered, luxury not in hereditary hordes but in the hereditary hymn of hazards hazarded, wrists welded to the wild, watery will of warriors who whisper victory from the deep. Number 4. Tudor Pelagos. Survey the subaqueous sanctum where titanium titans defy the deep's devouring dark, and ceramic ciphers chart the course of covert conquests, proclaims the Tudor Pelagos, a 42mm Leviathan of Grade 2 titanium, its case a brushed bastion with satin lugs curving like coral's gentle arc, ceramic bezel rotating with unidirectional resolve to time decompression's delicate dance, sapphire crystal, a scratchless shrine over Valor's vigilant visage. Within beats the MT5612 in-house automatic, a Cox-certified colossus of 26 joules sweeping with 70-hour power reserve, accuracy unwavering through pressure's punishing press, hands and markers blazing with snowflake-patterned loom for abyssal assays. The dial, a diver's diorama in matte, midnight, or azure, deploys geometric batons as buoyant beacons, central seconds sweeping with serpentine subtlety, date at 3 o'clock, a laconic log of days submerged, complications crest in maritime majesty. 500 meters of hydraulic homage for saturation sojourns, helium escape valve venting deep's deadly gases, bezel timing tactical tableau with luminous pip. The titanium bracelet, self-adjusting for dive suit swells, clasps with the constancy of chained anchors, a homage to Rolex's rugged kin in a sonnet of sartorial strength. This Pelagos pierces the profound with its professional pedigree. A diver's dowry conjures a colossus of the deep, where titanium's tensile torch tempers trials into triumphs. Plunge it into the indigo's inexorable embrace, and time tide's eternal looms guiding through gloom's grand guignol, Each rotation a rhapsody of reefs reclaimed, luxury not in gilded grandeur but in the gilded glory of grounds grasped, wrists welded to the wild watery will of warriors unbroken. Number 3, Rolex Submariner date. Imagine the oceanic oracle where oyster steel sings of subaqueous sovereignty and Serichrome ciphers crown the wrist with iconic invincibility rises the Rolex Submariner date, a 41mm Titan of 904L stainless steel, its case a brushed bulwark with polished lugs gleaming like moonlit waves. Unidirectional bezel of Serichrome rotating with 120-click conquest to chart dives demanding decrees. Sapphire crystal a scratchless shrine over Valor's vigilant visage. At its core beats the Caliber 3235 automatic, a 31-jewel juggernaut sweeping with 70-hour power reserve. Superlative chronometer accuracy defying salinity's siege or thermal throes. Hands and markers blazing with Chromalite's blue fire loom for murky midnight plunges. The dial, a diver's diorama in matte obsidian, deploys geometric batons as buoyant beacons. Cyclops magnified date at 3 o'clock, a laconic log of days submerged. Central seconds sweeping with serpentine subtlety. Complications crest in maritime majesty. 300 meters of hydraulic homage for coral conquests. Screw-down crown a bulwark against ingress. Bezel timing decompression's delicate dance. The oyster bracelet, flat-linked with glide-lock extension, clasps with the constancy of chained anchors, a homage to Rolex's regal lineage and a requiem of radiant resolve. This Submariner submerges luxury and operational opulence. A captain's coin conjures a colossus of the deep, where steel's stoic temper tempers trials into triumphs. Plunge it into the abyss's inexorable embrace, and time tide's eternal looms guiding through gloom's grand guignol, each rotation a rhapsody of reefs reclaimed. Luxury not in gilded grandeur but in the gilded glory of grounds grasped, wrists welded to the wild, watery will of warriors who whisper victory from the deep. Number 2, Casio G-Shock Rangeman GW9400. Survey the savage crucible where triple sensors summon spectral secrets, and solar sentinels defy the devouring dark rains. The Casio G-Shock Rangeman GW9400, a 56mm apocalypse-proof edifice of reinforced resin, its case a shock-absorbent sarcophagus with mud-resistant moats and oversized obelisks for gloved grips, bezel a rotating relic framing the LCD's luminous litany, tactile buttons rising like trail markers in dawn's dew-kissed dominion. Deep within beats a tough solar quartz, a 10-year Titan transmuting photons into perpetual power, triple sensor Trinity altimeter ascending atmospheric anthems, barometer brewing barometric bombs, compass charting cardinal conquests, with unerring acuity, multiband 6 atomic timekeeping harmonizing with global girdles. The dial, a digital dystopia in camo-clad cataclysms or midnight matrices, ignites with super-illuminator's spectral sweep, numerals pulsing like fireflies in forested folds, central hands hacking hybrid harmonies. Complications culminate in Trailblazer's testament, sunrise-sunset data scripting diurnal dramas, 200 meters of aqueous armor for stream crossings or maritime maneuvers, one-touch logging etching waypoints in memory's mossy margins. The resin strap, inverted for inverted infernos, clasps with camouflaged cunning, the Mudmaster's monstrous kin crowned in Rangeman's regal rigor. This GW9400 glorifies the grunts with its galactic grit. A sailor's stipend summons saviors of the scorched, where resin's relentless requiem redefines ruggedness. Strap it through the mission's merciless maw, and chronology communes with chaos sensors searing through savagery's shroud, each datum a dauntless decree of destinations divined. Luxury not in labyrinthine lore but in the labyrinthine legacy of seas subdued, pulses attuned to the primal pulse of perseverance profound. Number 1, Luminox Navy SEAL 3501. Descend into the briny cathedral where seals summon the sea's savage serenade, and carbon phantoms pierce the pressure's poetic pall crowns the Luminox Navy SEAL 3501, the apotheosis of tactical horology, a 45mm specter of carbon-reinforced polycarbonate, its case a hydrodynamic hymn with low-profile lugs curving like kelp in current's caress, unidirectional bezel etched with dive ciphers that rotate with riptide's resolute rhythm. Mineral crystal a resilient veil over Valor's vigilant visage. At its core ticks a Swiss Ronda quartz, a chronometric crusader calibrated for combat's capricious cadence, faithful through salinity's siege or thermal tempests, powering tritium gas tubes that ignite with 25 years of unquenchable incandescence, hands and batons blazing as bioluminescent beacons in benthic blackouts, born from 1990s SEAL collaborations. The dial, a diver's diorama in tactical teal or abyssal azure, deploys bold markers as buoyant sentinels, central seconds sweeping with serpentine subtlety, screw-down crown a bulwark against ingress, all fortified by 200 meters of hydraulic homage for diving's deep descents or maritime maelstroms. Complications crest in clandestine clarity, timing bezel for tactical tableau, shock resistance shrugging off vibrational volleys, lightweight legacy ensuring endurance unencumbered. The rubber strap, vented for ventilated valor in briny binds, secures with submarine stealth, a lineage linked to the SEAL's storied summons in a sonnet of self-illumined sovereignty. This 3501 eclipses ephemeral divers with its eternal ember. A frogman's fee forges a phantom of the deep, where tritium's tenacious torch tempers trials into triumphs, the ultimate SEAL watch not mere mechanism but messiah of the mission, luxury's lavish laurels laid at the feet of fortitude's fierce forever forged phalanx, where chaos cowers before the chrono's conquering clarion. And that wraps up our list of the top 10 watches trusted by Navy SEALs, proving why these battle-born timepieces reign as the unyielding allies of elite warriors, from abyssal assaults to terrestrial triumphs. Which one would you strap on for the ultimate mission? The tritium-tenured Luminox or the map-wielding Tactix? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives into the world of tactical horology. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay vigilant, stay unbreakable.